Saturday night. Microphone's on. That's good. Mute's on. Let's see if we can see here, do all that sort of stuff here. All right. Huts John, yes, I'm here too. So let's see if we can start. All right. Jacob saying 5x5. Texas Babs 5x5. North 5x5. Harbor. Okay. I can't see. There I am. Okay. All right. Looks like, to me at least, my picture's clear, no fuzzy. Hopefully we're not breaking up, but you guys are all telling me 5x5. So welcome to Saturday night. So, all right, so let's start here. Believe it or not, I can actually see my kitchen table. Mrs. P and I have finally got all the seed envelopes that you sent me. There's almost 3,000 of them filled with seeds. Some have already made it. A few of you guys have emailed me today saying you've already got the stuff we sent out. I took more to the post office today. I finished filling the envelopes today, with the exception of the Japanese cucumbers, guys. That one's going to be a few weeks at least till I get those out. And everything else, I had enough seeds to fill all the envelopes for. So those all went out. Some packages, of course, had a lot more than others, like the beefsteak tomatoes. So many people asked for those. There's only a few seeds in each envelope. It's all I had. Unfortunately, I don't have an unlimited seed supply, and literally, I used everything I have. I hope I have some for me somewhere, but that was it. But I will ask this: do not send me any more seed envelopes. I don't have any more. The envelopes that I picked up today, and there were only about maybe a dozen at the post office today, so I'm hoping it's all done. Do not send any more. I do not have any more seeds to send out, so I apologize if you waited too long and you want it now. I don't have any more, so I'm out. The Japanese cucumbers will be for a while. I'll get the last envelopes that I have all stuffed. Probably go out Tuesday or Wednesday, so you should have them by the end of next week. So that was that. So that's taken care of. In the world, obviously, some of us saw Herr Biden's speech the other day. It looked like it was either Adolf Hitler or Satan at the pulpit, one of the two. It's just, that tells you everything you need to know when the Democrats don't even realize the optics that they had on that one, going, this doesn't look quite right. But it was kind of interesting to take a look around and see what's going on today. Here it's the weekend. Apparently Europe is a little pissed off. I guess the Italians are taking their utility bills and burning them at City Hall and refusing to pay their utility bills because it's so ridiculously expensive. There were massive protests in Prague today, in the Czech Republic, again, over utility bills. We all know what's going on in Germany, but this is classic, okay? And I want you to understand this one about coming here. Their Minister of Foreign Affairs, Annalena Baerbock, okay, mind you, who is a young leader with the World Economic Forum. Just want you to know her alliance here. This is her quote, and I want you to really listen to this. "We stand with Ukraine as long as they need us, no matter what my German voter thinks." Does that sound like anybody domestically? I don't care what the voters say. I'm doing this anyway. No, you are not a dictator, lady. No, you are not the second coming of Hitler, Joe. Okay? The voters make the decisions, not you. Germany's reeling. Italy, the Czech Republic. We already know Poland, Hungary. We've talked about this, firewood and coal and everything like that. And everybody's fine, including Joe, pissing more money into Ukraine. Joe asked for another, what was it, $1.8 billion this week or something like that. My question is this: the 60, 70 billion dollars so far that we've given to Ukraine that is going to the oligarchs, that 1/3 of the weapons are being sold to our enemies on the black market. You know, what does Ukraine have on the Bidens? I mean, seriously, how bad is this that Joe is paying this kind of bribe money, our money? It's just, that one's going to blow up somewhere. All the chance of lock her up, with Hillary, lock him up is going to be another good one. I mean, the movie out, if you guys haven't heard, is My Son Hunter, which is coming out Tuesday, I think it is. Yeah, that one's going to be kind of interesting. It's not going to get any play anywhere. It's not going to get any promotion, just kind of like 2,000 Mules didn't either. But this is a story on all the crap that Hunter's been doing and Joe has been tied into for the last 5 or 6 years. Wait till that one comes out and people get to see more than the trailer to it. It's looking at Joe's speech the other day, and a lot of people have said, oh, he was demonizing Republicans and everything. Yes, he was. Okay. But I think what he was really doing was starting to demonize the Democrats and saying, you better vote for me. Otherwise, that's what's going to take over. I think the panic is starting to set in Washington, because with the exception of Pennsylvania, because Dr. Oz is as much of a conservative as I am a giraffe. Okay. It doesn't matter which one of those two gets elected. But Kerry Lake is winning. J.D. Vance is winning. Herschel Walker is winning. I can't think of the guy who's running against Mark Kelly off the top of my head. All the crucial votes, they're looking at losing. Okay. And I think reality's starting to set in, going, holy crap, if they win, Joe knows he's getting impeached. And now what they're starting to get scared of is, which way do the Democrats hitch their wagon? Do they go, I'm going to stand by him till the end, or I'm going to cover my own ass and kick him out? It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But, yeah. So that was the kind of interesting part there. The funny one I got today, I mean, y'all heard Mikhail Gorbachev died, right? And I guess Russia Putin has decided not to give him a state funeral. And the reason being that they gave, at least, was if they give him a state funeral, then Putin's required to attend. And Putin's busy that day. He's got a meeting, supposedly. But the other comment was that if they give him a state funeral, they'd have to invite the leaders from the rest of the world to the funeral. And I think the reason is, my personal thought, Putin doesn't want egg on his face when everybody says, no, I'm not coming. That's kind of what we look at. Like Mrs. P said, back in the 90s, when the Soviet Union fell, 90% of the Russian population hated Gorbachev. I mean, the world went to hell for them. I mean, everything was done. Looking back, I think, maybe people go, okay, yeah, it was a good thing. But, living through the early 90s in Russia at the time, because the Soviet Union was dead, people weren't exactly happy. Now, of course, they've got blue jeans and McDonald's. Well, they had McDonald's, but, all this, a little bit more capitalistic, westernized things. So just kind of interesting. Something else to read into a little bit, figure out what's going on. So that's kind of what's going on there. Not a whole lot of excitement, but, just some interesting stuff to pay attention to. But as usual, a lot of it's hinging on Europe and Joe's speech. So, all right, let's get into Q&A here. Of course, I want to, first off, thank all my moderators for being here. Lorna, North Shore, Robert, Cat Lady Life, Lucky Dame, Jacob, and Mammy Kay. Thank you for taking time out on your Saturday night to keep the riffraff out of here. Again, guys, when you're making comments, please be polite. Please treat other people with the same respect you'd expect to be treated yourself. And again, keep it PG-13. Please don't spam the comments over and over and over again. You put something down, don't put it up 10 times. We don't need to see it over and over and over again. There's 1,500 of you guys in here right now. The moderators are trying to read every one of those comments, okay, to keep the trash out of here. So please try to make their job a little easier. And as I say, please keep it PG-13. We are all adults, but let's have a little sense of decorum in here. Comments for me, questions that you have for me, please put those in all caps. There's 1,500 of you guys. There's one of me. There's at least 7 moderators. There's one of me. So I'm not reading all the comments. I'm looking for capital letters. But we'll go through as many questions as we can. If you haven't heard me answer the question in 10 minutes or so, please feel free to post it again. If I see it a second time, I'll just ignore it. No big deal. But also, please understand, I'm not going to get to every question. If you got your question posted by 9:30, maybe 9:40 at the latest, I got a good chance of getting to it. You post something at 10 to 10, guaranteed it's left on the cutting room floor because we call it a night at 10 o'clock. So, okay, so let us get into it. I'm going to start up to the top here, and we will see what we got here. Oh, and for those of you who wished me happy birthday, thank you. It is tomorrow. So, yes, I will be 56. So, as Jason likes to call me the old man, keep saying I'm 60 or 70 or something like that. Hell, the beard ain't even gray. So, there you go. All right. Let's see. Let's start at the top. Kathleen Ralston. They understood the optics. We were threatened and are supposed to be scared. Failed. Yeah, absolutely. There's no... All Joe managed to do was cement the hatred for him and his party that much more. Anybody that was kind of wavering, going, maybe he's okay, maybe we'll give him a little bit more. They saw that yesterday and said, nah, he just declared war on half the country, screw him. So, yeah. I think his fireside satanic chat failed drastically. But that's just my opinion. All right, let's see. May G was watching Trump. Trump or pinball? Trump or pinball? Guess who won? Somebody said that I saw a little bit ago, maybe 8 o'clock, that Trump was going to be on Rumble or something. I didn't go see it. I was watching Angry Prepper, who was doing a live stream from Iceland. So he brought up something, too, that I didn't know about, and I'll kind of touch on that real quick. There is a social media boycott, I guess if you will. Looks like they're trying to organize it for Halloween, called Operation Pocketbook, because the social media, and mind you, this is going to be a week before the election, so that's probably why too, but the social media companies, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, are already starting to shut down channels, demonetize people, give them strikes, whatever it would be, put them in Facebook jail or YouTube jail or whatever it would be for commentary. And you know that it's going to be really rough the week before the election. So somebody's put this together. I don't know the details. I just heard about it on Jason's live stream tonight. So we'll see, what it is. But there may be a complete social media strike on Halloween. Wolfgang, Biden looked like a villain. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can compare what he looked like in his speech to was either Adolf Hitler or Satan at the pulpit. I mean, there's nothing else. So, okay. Prepping for heaven. I refuse to be intimidated by the potato, which is funny because he's not an intimidating person. He doesn't scare anybody. I mean, doing this, Joe, does not take away from 50 years of putting your foot in your mouth. I mean, we all know you're a clown, okay? So the fact that all of a sudden you're pumping your fist at anybody, big deal. Nobody takes you seriously anyway. We all know you're a coward. You're not going to threaten anybody and anybody go, oh, I'm afraid of Joe now. No. Okay. Aaron Goodman, it's not bribe money. He's getting a cut. Well, yeah, the big guy gets 10%, but I think I think that was. I think now there's something that's a lot more nefarious because you can't hide that kind of money. $60 billion. If he's taking 10% of it, let's start thinking what that is. That's $600 million. That's kind of hard to hide. So I think he's paying off somebody to keep either Hunter out of jail or himself out of jail. Oh yeah, forgot one. All right, I told you guys all the time about the libations for the night. Look what I got. One of y'all gave me some straight from Wisconsin. I haven't had a line and kugels in probably 20 years, so I'm enjoying it. Let's see. And New Jersey Marie, someone needs to release the laptop. I mean, the funny part is, what was it? What's the rag and the Guardian in Great Britain is still pounding the table about, now talking about this movie, that this is all a conspiracy theory, that that Hunter didn't do anything wrong, even though the DOJ has already said it, FBI's already said it, CNN's already said it, the New York Times has already said. I mean, Mad Magazine has more credibility than the Guardian. Those of you guys that are in Great Britain know exactly what I'm talking about. But Beavis and Butthead are the two main editors at the Guardian. I found Waldo. You substitute names when talking about political person. I don't care. I'm gonna call Joe for being the jackass Joe is. I'm sorry. It's factual. Not a big deal. Beef and chicken. What's going to happen on 9/11? Do I think? This comes up every year. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11 last year, or whatever." It's another day. Could something happen? Yes. Okay, but is it going to make a difference whether it happens on September 10th, September 11th, or September 12th, or any other day? No. If somebody does something stupid again, it's something stupid. That's it. 9/11, of course, is a little day to reflect and go, say a prayer for all those people and all those families and everything. But if somebody does something stupid, it's a different day and a different amount of stupidity. Susan Lathrop, don't blame all of us in Pennsylvania for Oz. Just pray we don't end up with Fetterman. Unfortunately, there's the problem. I mean, Fetterman is a total basket case, and Oz is a total fraud. I mean, it's like, really, Pennsylvania? You couldn't come up with somebody better? I mean, Fetterman, had a stroke or whatever? He can't even talk, think straight, do whatever. I think that's what it was. The guy looks like he just walked out of what was the damn TV show? I can't think of it now. Where the guy was cooking meth in the trailer park. I can't think of it. Walter White. I can name everything but the name of the TV show. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he, that was 20 years ago for him, and the guy's just completely glazed over. And then Oz, come on. Anybody that's career was made because of Oprah Winfrey, I'm sorry, you're a communist. That's it. Oprah's the second biggest piece of shit in the world. Jane Fonda, pray to God now that she's announced she has cancer, that she dies a painful death. I'm sorry, Hanoi Jane. I hope to God you suffer like crazy. But piece of shit herself. There you go. I don't want to get off that topic before I get a little red in the face. Yeah, but nope. I know it's not you guys. It's like, who in the hell thought it was a good idea to run Oz? Talk about the lesser of two evils to run. There isn't one. Eve says she got her seeds today. You are most welcome. Cheryl Halfhill, Potato Head thinks he's the newest Sith Lord. Yeah, I guess I'm not a Star Wars person or whatever it is, but I saw some references to that being some Darth Vader-esque type deal or whatever too. I was like, I just look at that. I'm going, how could anybody think that was a good idea? That's going to come up. I mean, let's not even talk about the Marines in the background. Kathy Little says, for months I've been wondering what Ukraine had on the potatoes. Yeah. I mean, remember, this is the guy who threatened to cut off aid to them unless they stop the prosecutor looking into Hunter. Okay. Just remember that part. Sharon says she got her seeds today too. Good deal. HGS video. I will be heading into Tennessee again tomorrow. You don't need to get your ammo ready unless you want to go target shooting. Fun unless on the target, then I'm staying on the main road. There you go. Scrolling. Dan, why is all this so freaking hard? It's because a lot of stuff is getting thrown at us all at the same time. And if, again, you look at what is the common denominator of every single thing? Let's go, Brandon. Okay. I mean, the crime rate, the gas prices, the fuel prices, the rent crisis, everything has a common denominator, and it's all, his fraudulency. Jamie Dolan received her seats. Good deal. Florida Glitz, hornworms, how can you get rid of them? Easiest thing you're going to do, go out there with a black light and pick them off. That's at night, you can see them. Just take a black light, shine them on there, they'll iridesce, and you can do it. Other than that, put some BT, some caterpillar killer on there, and that will at least keep them away. Running Warrior, no riffraff zone, save it for Times Square. There you go. But you can't carry a gun in Times Square that they know of. Ultimate Cheeseburger, thank you for the super chat. And let's see, happy birthday. I appreciate the birthday wishes there. Mrs. P wants to go get a couples massage for my birthday. Okay. Never had one of those before. Chalk Bluff Homesteader, where's the easy button to reset the politics? I think Hillary still got it. You remember? She wanted to use that with, no, it wasn't, who the hell was she doing it with? It wasn't, was it Medvedev? It wasn't with Putin, I don't think, that photo op that was such a disaster. Coffee Guy, have you dehydrated tomatoes? If so, how long do they take? If you saw the video this morning I did on the dehydrator, it depends on the dehydrator. Because, like I said, on the old one I had, it took 48 hours to dehydrate jalapenos. On the one I reviewed this morning, it took 16. Exact same jalapenos from my garden. So, depends on the dehydrator. But yeah, you're going to look at a couple of cycles on tomatoes easy. Whoops, there goes shot to the bottom. All right. Agnes Young, there was an article this week on more social media control coming. Well, I mean, there's no doubt that's coming, guys. All right. Again, we're going into an election. Every social media company is run by some communist leftist, and they're not going to want anything talk negatively about all the minions that are running on the Democrat ticket. So they'll do whatever they can to squash political commentary, if it is not, painting their candidates in a bright light. I mean, unless you come out, you can guarantee by the end of October, unless you come out and say AOC is the smartest person since Einstein, you're gonna get shadow banned or something. So, y'all know I get shadow banned all the time. I come out 4-6 hours to upload a video. For a 10-minute video takes 6 hours to upload. Really? Okay. Paladin, the ice cream man is a snitch for Joe. I don't know. You sure it's not the Huggies stork? Let's see. Crazy Rabbit. See, there you go. Crazy Rabbit Lady. Stupid YouTube wouldn't let me in. Kept saying restricted. Somehow my settings got changed. The only thing I mark any video for is it's restricted as not for kids. And I think that's all pretty obvious why. So, I don't know. The definition of kids is up for debate, but Gardenmatic 81, happy birthday. Thank you. A few of you guys have said that. I do appreciate it. Aquadrop 61, please tell us the garage building company has workers comp on their employees. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're all covered and everything. I got a kick out of somebody's comment this morning on that video. Maybe it was last night, saying that I should have gone out and checked all these guys through E-Verify first or something like that. Like, I hired a company. They sent their employees. That's the company's responsibility, not mine, okay? And as I said in that video, too, there's more than 20% of American citizens who don't speak any English. So, is the guy an American citizen? Probably, okay? But not my responsibility to go out and check. I'm not the one that's going to get in trouble if he isn't. But I do know from talking to the owner, because obviously he came out here immediately, is, they've got insurance and everything like that on everybody. So, Lisa Bob, is my birthday today? No, it's actually tomorrow, but thank you for the happy birthday. My birthday's in 2.5 hours. May G, I need to send you some spotted cow. I have no idea what spotted cow is. But please tell me it's not seeds. Guys, please do not send me any more seeds. I've got more. I don't have the garden. I mean, I think it's really cool that you guys have all these crazy things. I don't have the garden space for all of this stuff. So I try to share them, but every people, I've already got mine, whatever it is. I mean, I'll save them. Hopefully in 10 years, the seeds are still good if I need them. But, there's a lot of stuff that I just can't plant. Andrea, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Let's see. We have a well-armed corgi in here. I saw Oklahoma corgi. That was a new name. Now we have a well-armed corgi. So, and one of our dogs is a corgi, and Mrs. P always wanted a corgi. So anything corgi, something comes up. It's like, oh, okay, that'll stand out. Poor Daff. She doesn't get any love, right? Let's see. Shane Matson, Pinball, you're doing an amazing job. Don't change what you do. I'm just being me. This is it, okay? This isn't a facade I put on. You guys just hear straight what comes out of my mouth. You be sitting on the porch with me, you're going to hear the same thing. Gigaw, do I have a dehydrated potato video for instant potatoes? No, I've never put one like that together. I don't dehydrate my potatoes. I can them. So I've got my large buckets full of dehydrated potatoes, but they're store-bought. A couple here. Crazy Rabbit Lady, thank you for the super chat. Do I think the big box home improvement stores will crash? I work for a privately owned, okay, Menards. All right, I know Menards. I mean, obviously they're in the Midwest. They're not down here in the South, but I've spent a lot of money at Menards over my life. No, I don't think they're going to crash because, again, you have this mentality in Washington of too big to fail. Now, with COVID and everything like that, Ma and Pa hardware store, they had to shut down, but Home Depot and Lowe's, probably Menards, were allowed to stay open because they were essential. But Ma and Pa hardware store that sold the exact same stuff had to shut down. This is the problem that we get. And I talked about it the other day when I was talking about AT&T having, the forced breakup of AT&T back 40 years ago, because we didn't want monopolies. And now what our government is doing, and again, this goes right into the communist playbook, guys, is they are trying to create monopolies. And if the monopolies are friendly to a particular political party, they're going to be able to stay in business. If they are not, oh, gee, you're going to have to close down. So, yeah. And Buddy's House, thank you as well for the super chat and for the birthday wishes. I appreciate both. Deacon Prepper, silver prices are very reasonable. Good time to buy. Absolutely. Okay. Silver's gone up a little bit. Gold's gone up a little bit. But silver's still, what, 1850 or somewhere thereabouts, if I remember. Last I looked at it yesterday. I would absolutely be snapping it up because I talked about that Fed Now debacle that's going to come out. And that's going to drive the price of precious metals up, that in itself. Now, we all know the price of precious metals is highly, highly manipulated. But think about what all the governments, and we've talked about this for months, okay? All the governments of the world are doing. They're buying gold, they're buying gold, they're buying gold. So they're loving all this manipulated reduction of price because they're buying it on the cheap. Once all the countries have all the precious metals they want, they're going to let the manipulation stop, and you're going to see everything go, and they make a ton of money. You need to be part of the game. I just saw. Christ. Sorry, I'm going to. There it was. May G, thank you for the super chat. I apologize. I saw it come over the phone real quick, and then I couldn't find it. Okay, back to the top. Crazy Rabbit Lady, am I going to get any chickens or rabbits? If shit hits the fan, yes, but as you guys know, I'm restricted from what I can have because of my proximity to the lake and everything like that. If we go into without rule of law scenario, yes. Advantage is I've got the pond, so I will have fish. So that is good there. And then other people around that I'm good friends with have chickens. So I'm in good shape there. Tammy, thank you for the super chat. Check my email. There's nothing in my email from you as of yet. Okay. So I will probably see it after we're all done tonight. Where was I? Oh, I gotta get out of this. Okay, there we go. Let's see. KB, how long will seeds last if they have a date on the package? Okay. And again, you got to remember, seed companies are in the business to sell seeds. They don't want to tell you that seeds are good for more than a year. You can get 3-4 years out of seeds, no problem, and still get a good germination rate. You can probably plant seeds that are 10 years old, a lot of them, and still get decent germination rates out of them. But seed companies don't want to tell you that. They want you to buy new seeds every year. That's it. So you can, easily plant seeds that you saved from 2010, and you're going to get some of them germinate. But let's say you get 50% germination. Who cares? You should be planting extras anyway, just in case they don't all germinate. And then any extras you have, you can give to the neighbors. Okay, it's a freaking seed. It's not going to kill you. Susan Hoydick, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. And we will move on down. Elizabeth, oh my God, Pinball, you're not supposed to say that out loud about Fonda. You just think it in your head. I don't care. I will say whatever I want about that piece of trash. She is the most hated woman on the face of the earth for the last 60 years. I mean, I wish she'd get run over by a train 3 times. Back the damn thing up and do it again. Space Force L, do I know anything about NASA doing their thing tonight? I saw that the launch today got scrubbed again, the curse of Kamala. So, if you want something that gets screwed up, let the vice president get involved and say something about it. it'll stop. I mean, it's kind of funny because I saw an article today. They were interviewing a bunch of people in New York, asking if we should be spending, was it $93 billion or something like that by the time's all said and done on this new moon mission that there all these launches and everything's going for. Should we be spending money on it? And people are saying, oh yeah, we should. I remember 69 and everything. I'm thinking to myself, it ain't that important right now. Maybe if Trump was president and the economy was good, yeah, we can go do it. But right now, with 9% inflation and some 3.8 million people about to get evicted, maybe not the right time to be pissing money away to go play in space. Cindy Y, yes. Operation Pocketbook, Hudson Valley Prepping. Yes, that's what I was talking about at the top. Okay. North Shore says, after I get a massage, I'll be mush afterwards. Great, because I'm going to be the one that has to drive home. I'll be like, God. Okay. Whoops. I'm moving the wrong part of the computer. Let's see. Sweet savory words. In the last week, the food stamp system went down. Today, I'm assuming that's ATMs are down. Get yourself a pocket full of cash. Yeah. I saw the food stamp system went down. I hadn't heard anything about ATMs, but yeah, you should always have cash on you guys. I mean, and more now than before. I mean, if you're still trusting the banks, there's going to be a day you're going to wake up and go, oops, I should have done that yesterday. Dope Heathen, thank you for the super chat and the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Let's see. Lieutenant Frank Drebin, need a permit for long guns in New York now. Hochul sucks. Well, gee, and I mean, New York is such a cesspool anyway. It's like, why anybody lives there, why anybody wants to live there, I have no idea. I saw there was a video somebody put up on YouTube the other day. It just wound up in my recommended, and I looked at it real quick. It's a short video. And it was my 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment in New York that costs me $2,300. And she opens up the door and literally it's a bedroom. I mean, that's it. There is nothing else. He was joking about the 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So it's a studio apartment, $2,300 a month. Her and her roommate, so if 2 people sharing a 1-bedroom apartment, I'm assuming there's no romantic anything involved there, they doubled their rent to $4,600 for a studio apartment. I mean, think about that, $4,600. That's like $58,000 a year for a studio apartment. That's more than, I mean, that's the median wage in the United States for a studio apartment. It's like, why in the hell do you live there? Rooster, 6'8" massage. That's going to take a while. Yeah. She'll have her little, e-bike or something like that to go from top to bottom. Diane Polk, how do I get rid of huge frogs? Get bigger snakes. No idea. Frog legs for dinner, maybe? Llama Mama, what's the best way to save potatoes for seed? Put them in you can get a box. I do it in my root cellar. It's no big deal, but get a cardboard box, put some straw in the bottom or shredded up newspaper or something like that. Something so the potatoes aren't touching each other. Lay your potatoes, put another layer of straw, shredded newspaper, lay some potatoes. Stick it in a cool, dry area like a basement or something like that over winter. And come springtime, you're going to take them out. They're going to have chitted. Okay, no problem. You're going to have probably some stringers on it, they're foot and a half long. Break them off, plant them, not all the way off, but cut them back, plant them anyway. They'll grow fine. But all you need to do is put them in a box, separate them so none of them are touching each other, leave them in a dark, cool area, you'll be fine. Yeah, there you go. Running Warrior, thank you. Breaking Bad, Breaking Brandon. I got to break him over my knee. Okie Forge, I was told last night that Henry Fonda ostracized Hanoi Jane. 60 years too late. Ildico, thank you for the super chat and the birthday wishes. Romy says, I think mid-September all hell starts. I'm right there with you. You're already watching the market starting to go, we're going down again. Was it 6 of the last 7 days the market's been down? And snowballs pick up speed as they go. Daniel Pounders, did I get my garage finished? You're kidding, right? Yeah, they delivered the door the other day, the replacement for the door they screwed up the first time. Guess what? That one's wrong again. They still didn't put the windows. Now I need to get the door for the third time. Well, until I get that door, the siders can't finish. And of course, until the siding is finished, I can't do anything else. So, to build a box with a roof on it, so far we are now in our 6th month of building a garage. This is it. That's the problem with supply chain and labor and all this sort of stuff right now, guys. It's trying to find anybody competent to work is next to impossible. Trying to find anybody who's got the material is difficult. It's just insane. Partly Sunny, how's my pond coming along? Just like my garage. Trying to find anybody competent to work is next to impossible. The guy who screwed it up the first time, came out for a couple of 3-hour shots, didn't finish. Now, of course, he hasn't been out in a week. And, of course, it's rained the last couple of days, so, okay, I'll give him that as an excuse. But have I heard anything when he's coming again? No. 11 Corinthians 4:18, I'm thinking that's how it's written. Pinball, do you think FedNow bank settlement system will be rolled out this month? No. They're talking about, there's a couple of trial balloons that are supposed to be going up sometime. I think it's in October. They're hoping to roll it out mid next year. So no, not this month. Lisa, thank you for the super chat and the birthday wishes. Where are we here? Lovejoy, thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. If I go through read everybody's, it'd be too much. CB, how did you decide you wanted to live in Tennessee? Because that was where the house that we wanted was. When Mrs. P and I were in Vegas, we moved to Vegas from Salt Lake in 2017. In the 2018 elections, that was when Steve Sisolak won for governor, Steve Horsford won for our representative, and Jackie Rosen won for Senate in Nevada. And I looked at Mrs. P, I'm like, we got to get out of here. This state just completely flipped blue, and there's no freaking way I'm living here anymore. So we started looking for a house, and we knew specifically what we wanted. We wanted some land. We wanted to be near water. We wanted a log cabin-esque house. We knew what our budget was. And so we looked at, we started looking at Idaho and Montana. That was way too expensive. And we looked in the Midwest, looked at Wisconsin. That was too blue. We looked at Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Georgia, Texas, Missouri, Arkansas. And the house that we found that we liked was this one. And we found it, very late January. And I showed her the picture of the house, and she's like, I want to go see that one. So I got plane tickets for like 2 days later. We flew out here, looked at the house, put an offer in, end the story. And then we got back to Vegas and fortunately sold our house in a month. So, Lori, thank you for the super chat. You are most welcome for everything I try to help everybody with. Angela Garcia, do I think Texas will reelect Abbott? Probably. The other choice is Beto. Really? That probably come out somewhere around 85 to 15. I mean, what is that? Beto will have lost for what? Running for president, running for Senate. I think he ran for the House sometime, dude. I mean, Beto's going to run for dog catcher eventually, and he'll lose that one too. I mean, one of these days, the guy's going to wake up and go, "People hate me. They really hate me." Cushnet, I thought Trump was going to be on Blaze TV tonight in Pennsylvania. I hadn't heard anything about it, so if he is, I had no idea. Kelly Pinkstaff, do I need to cover my raised vegetable garden beds in Michigan for winter? I mean, no. I guess I'm not quite understanding what you're asking here. I mean, it's going to have snow on top of it, so you're not going to have any weeds growing. And then in the springtime when it thaws out, you're just going to dig it all up and start going again. The only thing you might want to cover it with is, like I said, grass clippings or something like that, so you have some organic material rotting in there over the winter. That would be my suggestion. Mama G's Prep and Garden, thank you for the super chat birthday wishes. Y'all are very generous tonight, and I appreciate it. It makes it fun. Have a birthday party. Big Dog Ma, I plant dill with my tomatoes and don't get hornworms. Never heard that. I'm assuming dill is probably something that repels hornworms, but okay, if that works. I mean, I know a lot of people plant oregano with their tomatoes and to keep pests away, and that's where I've never heard dill, though. Miss Taylor 406. Any Bigfoot sightings in my area? Just when I put on my fur jacket. No. Not that I know of. Yarn Prepper, spotted cow is a beer. Okay. Never heard of it. Let's see. Daniel Pounders, will Joe leave office before 24? It's a very difficult question to ask or to answer, because he's going to get impeached, but you need 60 votes or 67 votes in the Senate to convict. There's no way that's going to happen. Joe's going to fall down the stairs is what's going to happen. That would be the only way I see Joe leaving before 2024. Amber Matthews, what is my favorite food to plant and harvest? Probably peppers, I'd say, for me. I mean, what do we grow? 4 different kinds of peppers this year. And I mean, both of us love peppers. So, I mean, banana peppers, jalapeno peppers, pepperoncini peppers, jalapenos, Marconis. We planted 5, I'm sorry. It's just love plant because they're so versatile. I mean, you can dry them, powder them, dehydrate them, can them, freeze them, whatever it would be, and they taste good too. Dorian Tercero, I'm gonna take a shot at that one. These next few months are going to be difficult. The rest of the year is going to be very, very strange, because blood pressures are going to go through the roof between now and November. And as soon as we get through that, it's like, oh, hey guys, and it's Christmas time. And by the way, inflation's going to eat into your Christmas budget. So tell the kids that mom and dad can't afford presents this year. It's going to be a high stress fourth quarter, that's for sure. Well-armed corgi, the corgi mafia. There you go. Got room for a blind one? Dolores Taylor, how can the UN just sit back and watch Europe freeze? Because the UN doesn't care. Remember, they're all part of this globalist cabal that thinks, green energy is the solution to everything. It's the cause of the problem, but But I mean, they're all in it hook, line, and sinker. This is it. They think they're above all this. They don't. You got to remember this, guys. The people in politics do not care if us peasants freeze. They're not going to be the ones eating crickets or whatever. I guarantee you, with all the power shortages going on in California this weekend, and don't save electricity and don't charge your electric car. I guarantee you, Gavin Newsom's house is at 70 degrees right now. He did not turn his air conditioner up to 80. Guarantee that. In my crosshairs, thank you for the super chat. How long is well water contaminated from wildfires, and is it still safe for the gardens? I have no idea. That not a question that's anywhere near what I know about that one. No clue whatsoever. What I'd say on that one is probably contact the state of California. I mean, if anybody knows about wildfires, it should be them. They cause them every year, so they should have all the data you could possibly want. Brenda Mackey, the Queen has corgis. Actually, she doesn't. The last corgi died about 6 months ago or whatever, and she didn't get any more. So she's always had them, but, the Queen's on her. She knows she's not long for this earth, and so she didn't get any more dogs. Sweet savory words. Videos with great titles are being turned private, and I cannot see the videos. I haven't had that happen yet to me. But my titles are never, what's the word? What do people use? The misleading titles or whatever it is, stuff like that. Mine are usually just a little play on words or stuff like that, which I think half the time keeps people from seeing the videos because they really don't know what it's about. So, but that's fine. Virginia Dooley, yeah, I got your email before I answered you back on this one too. How to save cucumber seeds, same as tomatoes. Yes, you still have to ferment your tomato or cucumber seeds just like tomatoes. Healthy disrespect for authority. Do I have a favorite flavor birthday cake? Yeah, give me a German chocolate cake and I'm all over it. So, prayerful EA, not sure. Joe needs to go. Impeachment. Joe needs to go somehow. The only problem with Joe, I mean, remember, the safest way to keep your job as president. Have a vice president who people hate more than you, okay? George Bush and Dan Quayle, Bill Clinton and Al Gore, Barack Obama and Joe Biden. I mean, that's the greatest job security in the world. If you get rid of me, you got to deal with that person. It was tough to find a VP candidate for Biden, but Kamala fit the bill. Didn't care that she was a mixed race person of color female. She was just dumber than Joe. That was the only qualification she needed to have. That's hard to do. Gloria Hubert, do I know that they have to provide a ballot in any language you request? Yes. And I go both ways on this one because, yes, I think it's BS that the ballot should be in English. But again, like I've said in many videos, we don't have an official language in the United States. I think there should be anywhere, press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish. Okay, sorry, you don't speak English, GTFO. Okay, but when in Rome, do as the Romans. On the other side, if people are allowed to vote, I sure as hell don't want them not understanding the ballot and just start picking holes all over the place. Daniel Pounders, how'd my sweet potatoes turn out? I will tell you in about a week and a half. They will be 120 days, will be September 15th. So I'm watching or waiting. The plants look fabulously healthy, but it ain't time to harvest yet. So let's see. A Statine 85. Someone said Best Buy is laying off. Best Buy's a junk store anyway. I mean, yeah, garbage. Let's see. If Best Buy went out of business, that would be a good thing. Gardening and canning in the city. Have any contractor list you as additional insured on their insurance for additional coverage for injuries on your property? Okay. Never thought of that, but yeah. White Feather, please remind everyone to shop the Labor Day sales. I felt like a jackpot today when I found 80/20 ground beef for $2.99 a pound. Yeah, in Joe's economy, that's cheap. Tennessee Lady, Pinball, what's the best way to store all my seeds for the long term? Put them in a paper envelope, stick them in a drawer, and you're done. Don't need to freeze them. Don't need to refrigerate them. Don't need to do anything fancy. Just put them in a paper envelope, stick them in a drawer, and you're done. Again, think of how the seeds you buy at the store come. They're in a paper envelope, so the light can't get in. At room temperature, you're done. Okay? Don't need to go through all this crazy stuff or anything like that. Just regular old white envelope works fine. Okay. Daniel Pounders, what do I think of Danny on Deep South Homestead? I've talked about Danny and Wanda countless times. I mean, Danny is a very wise, smart man who I learn a lot from. I mean, hell, y'all know. I mean, I built my smokehouse based on the design he came up with to build his. So, yeah, Danny's definitely somebody I highly respect. Big Kid, how'd the pond come out? I'll tell you if it's ever done. Yeah, it's a sore spot. Okay, we shot to the bottom. And let's see, where are we? Huts John, any plans to cover my garden in case of radioactive fallout? No, because at that point I'd have to cover my entire yard because I'd have to walk to my garden and then I'm walking right through it anyway, so it wouldn't work. At that point, I'm living off of what I've got in the pantry. Wild West Pinball, yes, Trump is running again. I hope so. I'm just waiting for an official announcement. I love the, did you guys catch the report out of the Wall Street Journal today, the poll, that Biden leads Trump by 4 points right now in a head-to-head matchup? There were 9 other polls done this week. Every single one of them had Biden getting his ass handed to him by Trump. Wall Street Journal, which normally is a conservative paper, said Biden's up by 4. And people wonder why nobody takes polls seriously. I mean, what? The pollsters said Liz Cheney was supposed to lose by 20 points. She lost by 32. You know, the polls all said Hillary was 100% shoo-in to win. You know, why bother taking polls anymore? It's like I can throw a dart at a newspaper too, you know, and Trump's going to win by 6 points. No factual basis to it whatsoever. I found Waldo, pinball in a ghillie suit. Actually, what I was doing this afternoon was spit shining boots. So, yeah. Don't be surprised. And yes, I know I would. Why would you be spit shining boots? Because believe it or not, you do want your boots to be waterproof, and what shoe polish is wax. Okay, you ever seen what happens to water when you wax your car? Same with your boots. Okay, don't leave them dry. You need the leather needs to be protected. I just like them to look good. We go into SHTF, they will not be spit shined, I promise, but they will be protected. One more here as it's 9:59. And Pinball does not love eggplant, Rooster. Pinball does not like eggplant at all. Amanda Wilkerson, we can only go with Joe and his sidekick. We'll go in Fancy Pants also. Yeah, okay. Mel says candied jalapenos are the bomb. I've never done that. Dalai Lamba, what is the likelihood of another Boston Tea Party event? Where do you think it'll occur? Uh, what was it? There was a survey out today or something like that that said something like 40% of the American public, I think it was 40%, it was either 40% of the public sees a civil war in the next 10 years, like 60% of Republicans see it that way. Yeah, there's going to be something. And where, I couldn't begin to tell you, but my guess is how it's going to start is there's going to be some sort of assassination attempt on who knows. But, gee, I mean, after everything that happened at Mar-a-Lago, that would probably be the target I think somebody would be going after. And that's when all hell break loose. So, all right, guys, 10 o'clock. Y'all have a good evening. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm going to bed. We'll see y'all. Pinball out.